There's processes in your life that change you no matter where you are. So maturing changes you no matter where you are in your life. Changing your diet for whatever reason can change you no matter where you are. So if you are diabetic, at the minute you start a diet that manages you better, you are a better person and you feel better. Stop smoking. You're a totally different person. Your body and the way your body heals and the way you breathe totally changes. So these things in your life, there are so many processes in life that can change you just by being introduced to them. So Pilates is that. It's one of those things that can grow with you, but you're always going to be better because you did it.
Pilates is such a healing art. It's more than just fitness. It's more than exercise. And there are so many people right now in all communities, but we're coming off of this pandemic. We're looking at hard economic times, and to be able to take this, which is something that they can do without equipment, without fuss or muss, they can just lay down on the mat and do their Pilates. To be able to give people that power so they feel like they can have control over something is a great thing. There are people that feel like Pilates is for them, and there are a lot of people who feel like Pilates is not. And what the Community Expansion Scholarship Program does is it allows us to get into those communities where people feel like it isn't for them and get them to experience the beauty and the power of this work. So then hopefully, again, they have the tools, they have the power to make themselves feel better, to help their grandmas feel better, to help the lady on the corner feel better, whatever it is. And they're able to pay that forward, and that can really change communities for the better.
I'm Tanya Amos. I am a master instructor with Balanced Body. I am on the Black Advisory Board. I helped build the diversity programs. I'm really proud of these programs. They're based on the last 15 years, scholarshiping and mentoring Black folks to become Pilates teachers. The Balanced Body Community Expansion Scholarship trains and mentors Black and brown folks to be certified Pilates teachers. And so right now, we're in our second round. We have almost 100 students, and it's an incredible program where we are leveraging the power of the amazing Balanced Body community. We've got 21 participating ATCs, 21 participating studios that are donating spaces for students. The students are interviewed, the students are placed with individual studios, and then Misty and myself are mentoring those students all the way through the process to become amazing teachers.
The amount of spirit, elevation of spirit that we've seen from the start of the program when we actually started teaching courses in 2021, January, to now, it's unbelievable. People who came in very, very guarded, people who came in thinking that, okay, well, I'm gonna take advantage of this because it's available to me, but it's not really available to me because they've been hurt in the past. Seeing where they've gone to and watching them continue to ascend is unbelievable. And it's only been 2 years, like I said, but I can't even tell you how valuable it's been to see what good it's doing.
Today, this is actually a bunch of my scholarship students. This is the Joyful Movement Whole Life Program. They're in their third quarter of training. They're an incredible group of folks that have a really diverse background. They're all deeply rooted in community, and we're going to use our skills to help transform our communities from the inside out.
What's beautiful about this cohort is like each of us come from similar backgrounds, but we're all unique in our own way. Like we got a few dancers in the program, we got a boxer in the program, we got a martial artist, a national martial artist. Our cohort is full of people that have done and gone to do amazing things. and then we're combining it with learning how our bodies work in a different aspect and how to strengthen our bodies, how to take care of our bodies in a different way. So it's a lot of wisdom being passed around and combining things, and the way that we study, the way that I won't even want to say spending, the way that we're investing our time. Like, our time is not being wasted. We're growing as individuals being in here.
I'm Ronnie Chambers. We at the world famous King's Boxing Gym right here in Oakland. I'm originally from San Francisco, but I've been living in Oakland for a few years, and my background is boxing and Pilates. And I never heard of Pilates before I took my first class. How it happened was a boxing gym that I used to box at closed down, and I hadn't been in the area for a while, and I just happened to be walking past where the boxing gym was, and I looked up and it said Tone, Pilates, dance, and yoga. So I looked inside and I seen the weird looking machines, the trap tables as I know them to be now. So I walked in and, I was like, man, this used to be a boxing gym. So what's going on with these weird tables and stuff? And, they introduced me to it. They said it was Pilates, and if I wanted to join the class, I could. And my first class was actually a seniors class, right? And when I say seniors, these ladies were 65, 70. The oldest lady in there was 90 years old, right? And when it came time to do the roll up and the roll down, and I was the only one in the class that couldn't do it, that's when I knew, like, I'm not as strong as I think I am. I'm not as functional as I thought I was. There's a lot of things that are missing from my workout program, and Pilates just brung, everything together.
My coach is Ronnie Chambers. He's the best coach. Think about Pilates, you think about like females doing it. You don't really think like, dudes could do this too, but like when you actually like get to it, it's like, this is no joke. Like when you think about like Pilates, you think it's just like a cool little workout, but no, it's nice.
When I used to see Pilates, I thought it was really only accessible to people with money. I feel like the times I've seen it's been like in movies, where it's like the rich are going and like that's their time of leisure and stuff like that. So I never honestly have seen any black people do Pilates where I come from. So I thought it was not something that was necessary for me. But Tanya kept pushing it like, yo, no, it really is. And even when she was saying, I was still like, okay, yeah, we'll see. But now, like, it's just opened up a whole nother world, like, or just in general, like being able to afford to live this California life that we live, right? It seems like now things are like possible. And that's through Pilates, like being able to heal myself and financially being able to put myself forward.
I remember there was a point when I was raising my daughter by myself, and she was having to go to after-school care pretty late. And I remember just making this goal of being able to get my schedule so full to where I could just work the hours that she was in school only. And I remember when I made that happen, like, what a good feeling that was, that I was able to pick her up after school. It was really amazing. Whereas before, she was going from morning to night till 6 p.m. in after school care. And it was, really, really a hard time. Also, just economically, it really changed, my life. I was struggling a lot at that time, and it's just afforded me to just have a better quality of life. And also I was able to now send my daughter to college, a private college, and that was really a good feeling as well.
So my first experience with Pilates, I was definitely nervous. I was often the only very short woman of color in the classes, and it also fit my body in the same way it fit everyone else's bodies, if that makes sense. So whether I'm 6'2" and long and lean, or 5'1" and compact. It works in the same place, just not in the same proportions on everybody. And it was uncomfortable in all of the good ways.
So with the Black community, and this is people of color in general, that is not typically what you saw when you went to a studio or the Y to take a class. What you typically saw, especially if it was a pure Pilates system, was a white woman ranging from mid-20s to up, most probably a dancer, with a very specific, I would say, body type. And so that could be off-putting. You know, you go in and you just don't see that necessarily is going to work for you. And so seeing different bodies and different people makes it easier to embrace. Then having someone maybe travel a path that you've already traveled is helpful too, because then it's just easier for you. And you're more likely to have conversations, you're more likely to talk about pain, you're more likely to set goals, and you're more likely to trust.
Do Pilates. Do Pilates. Throw away the stereotype that it is not for us, because it absolutely is for us, and it will change your life. From the moment you step on the mat, it will change your life and have a wonderfully positive impact on you.
Rolling those shoulders back.
Yes, Pilates is for you. It is for everybody. And I know just from the members in my family and friends in the Black community, we tend to be really hard workers, and we put ourselves and our bodies through a lot of physical and mental and emotional stress. And Pilates is an amazing way to help relieve some of that tension and have an outlet. It is not just for the elite by any means. It's for everybody, and I think that the underserved communities need it even more.
It's yours. It's yours just like anything else is. It should be accessible like everything else is. And it's a tool that we can use, a single tool that we can use that could completely just reshape generations to come of Black people, right? I feel like with Pilates, it'll give us a tool to be able to stand in our power that is already rightfully ours. If you think that it's not for you, it is. If you think that it's not accessible to you, it is. You just have to find people that are out there that's willing to make sure that you get to be able to use this tool and do this work. It's not for the rich. It's not just for the rich or the well-off folks. It's just a tool that you want to utilize that you could take for the rest of your life. So go get that shit. Yeah.